We begin in Hamilton, where a group of tenants are taking action to protect themselves from rent hikes or redevelopment. With the cost of rent skyrocketing and their building up for sale, residents of 272 Caroline Street South are forming a co-op with the intent to purchase the property and manage it themselves. Matt Ingram is live on Caroline and joins us now with more. Good evening, Matt.
Good evening, Taz. Now, this beautiful building you see behind me, the rent is very affordable, and tenants want to keep it that way. And Ward 2 councillor Cameron Kroetsch is supporting this effort. He was at the Emergency and Community Services Committee meeting this afternoon with a motion asking the city to spend $84,000 to help the tenants achieve the goal of buying this building. James Reynolds has lived at 272 Caroline Street South for more than 3 decades.
In 30 years, my rent has not really gone up. And being on pension, a fixed income, this co-op thing is what I want.
When his building went up for sale in December, he became concerned it could be sold to a developer and worried what would happen if he ended up having to find a new apartment at market price.
I would not be able to afford it.
So when he heard fellow tenant and housing advocate Emily Power's idea to form a non-profit housing cooperative to buy the place, to keep rents low and ensure everyone can stay, he was on board. In fact, all the residents of this 21-unit building are.
We have all decided, let's get in on it and let's manage the building because this is our home.
Including Alex Borgeson, who is also concerned about high rents in Hamilton.
Wages haven't caught up with inflation, which haven't caught up with the cost of renting, even buying a house.
We've all heard the stories about cash for keys, pressure, and renovictions in Hamilton, and we thought if an investor bought the building for the price the landlord was asking, it would be just a matter of time before they would try to push us out.
I support the idea of what these guys are trying to do, but at the end of the day, it's all about business.
Andrew Robertson is the current owner and says he and the tenants have a conditional sale agreement with inspections and due diligence work underway.
We have a year to confirm our due diligence studies and our financing for the project.
But the final price is still being negotiated. The building was originally listed at $5.25 million.
If they can, be fair from what I think is a fair deal, I'm happy to work with them, and I'll even coach them along.
Ward 2 councillor Cameron Kroetsch and city staff are working with the tenants to help them buy the building through rental subsidies and an $84,000 grant. Kroetsch says this could be a model for helping other Hamiltonians protect their affordable housing.
We'd have to think about funding this from our operating budget in terms of if we're going to be expanding our rental subsidy program, if we're going to be offering these kinds of services. There's no chance that we have a sustainable model set up at this point to do this in a really broad way.
His motion to give the tenants the $84,000 passed unanimously this afternoon at the Emergency and Community Services Committee meeting. I'm joined now by another one of the residents, COLM VANCE. COLM, what's your reaction to the council passing that motion, the committee passing that motion this afternoon?
Yeah, no, as a tenant association, we're extremely excited. We've been working really hard to get this in order, and to see it actually pass unanimously today in the committee was a fantastic achievement for the town, but also too for the city. Sorry, my apologies. For the city and also for us. It's a great day for sustainable housing in Hamilton.
Now, it's great that they gave you the money, but it's not all the money you're going to need. Emily Power joins us again. Emily, what are some of the other sources of funding that you guys are going to go after?
Well, we're grateful next month there's going to be another vote at City Council for a rent geared to income subsidy agreement and a property tax abatement. But we're also seeking funding from the Hamilton Community Foundation, the Canadian Cooperative Investment Fund, and possibly from the provincial and federal governments.
All right, Emily, thank you very much. So these tenants trying to take their futures into their own hands, coming up with their own solution to the housing crisis and affordability crisis right here in Hamilton.